Hi. Hi. My name is Alan Quesada Manluno, and today I will be talking about designing and delivering effective pitches and presentations. The main goal of the module is to help us become better communicators. There are three major things that we should learn. First, how to create a effective elevator pitch. Second, how to organize a presentation using six uh, using a simple six-slide structure. And third, how to present naturally instead of reading everything word on screen. A good presentation skills help you build confidence, communicate clearly, persuade customers and employers, stand out during interviews and presentations. By the end of the module, we should understand how to create professional pitches, how to organize professional presentations, how to confidently present without reading slides, and why practicing and preparing is important. Let's start with creating an effective elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is a short introduction that usually lasts less than 90 seconds. The reason it's called an elevator pitch is because it should be short enough where you can explain to somebody before an elevator ride is over. The module gives us a simple formula. Oh, in the module, it explains a simple formula. First, we introduce yourself, give out your name. Next, you want to say your job title. After that, you want to say your company, the company you work for. Next, you want to explain who you are trying to help or how you're going to try to help. And the sixth one would be the problems you solve or benefits that you're able to provide. Instead of saying I sell sauce, for example, instead of saying something like I sell software, you could say something like I help businesses save money to improve the workflow or efficiency using software. It makes it sound much more valuable because you're focusing on helping people instead of just selling them something. A good elevator pitch is useful during networking events, job interviews, and career fairs and sales meetings. The reason why is because you might not have too much time to explain much about yourself, about your company, and who knows, you might be in an elevator and might see a potential client or an employer, and you want to introduce yourself as quickly as possible without wasting too much of their time. The module explains the six slides that make up an effective sales presentation. The first slide is the title slide. It's a simple introduction. Simple introduction. The second slide is the overall slide, the overview of the slide. This tells the audience what you'll be discussing during that presentation, and so they know what to expect during the presentation. The third slide is the company's background. Instead of only talking about your company, you should explain why your company is qualified and how it benefits your customers. For example, you can give out in this slide, you're able to explain the culture of your company, explain the benefits of like testimonies of how your company has worked, when it was created, how many years of experience you have, um, where you're located, how far have you reach. Some things like this is what you'll include in this slide. The fourth slide covers obstacles and enhancements. This is where you show that you understand the customer's problem, give out examples, give out testimonies as well you can, and what improvements they want and what you feel like they need. The fifth slide explains your solutions and benefits. Um, Here you connect every problem to the solution and explain how your product or service helps the customer, how it could potentially help the customer. And finally, you want to add the final slide will be about pricing and the value slide. This explains the cost while showing why the solution is worth the investment. This order creates a logical flow that makes the presentation easy to follow. One thing that I really liked about the module is the advice on presenting. In the module, it says that we should never just read slides. Um, we should never read slides. Instead, during a presentation, we should use something called talk tracks. Talk tracks are simple notes that remind us of important points we want to explain. The slide, the slides are there to support us, but not to be the script. The module also recommends practicing several times before presenting. Um, it also recommends to speak slowly. Another helpful tip is when we feel nervous, we usually start talking fast. Speaking slower helps you make you sound more confident and reduces filler words like or like. The more we practice, the more confident and natural your presentations will go. Some other things they recommend is always to make eye contact and always focus on helping your audience to understand. Restate what you said to help them understand you a little further. Why this matters? People remember presentations that sound like a conversation instead of speeches. And lastly, the final step in the sales process is asking for the order. Many people feel uncomfortable asking someone to make a decision right away, but the module explains that after you've shown the customer the value of your solution, you should confidently ask what they're like to do next. For example, you could ask, would you like to move forward today? Do you have any questions before we get started? Even if the customer doesn't feel ready, you'll be able to learn more about the concerns they have so you can answer their questions to make a potential sale. You can ask them later on or the same day, or make them understand your product more and get an answer. These steps help you move the conversation forward instead of ending without a clear outcome. And that would be it for today. Thank you.